all of us have questions about our 12th Imam, and many faiths have questions about. I mean, we wrote this down. Do you really, do you think Messiah will come to save mankind? Under what conditions will the Messiah will arrive? And the third question that we did not put on our email was, if he comes, I should say, I'm sorry, if he or she comes, will you recognize him or her? That's the big question, because every time a Messiah has come to the world, the other faiths have not accepted.
So we are going to speak about awaiting for the Messiah, so, when we look at the condition of mankind on our planet Earth, it's not difficult to notice that there is a lack of true justice. Not only there is no social justice, but also there is no economical and political justice. There is no place on the earth right now, and this is a challenge. There is no place on the earth right now that can claim total social, economic, and political justice for all its citizens, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or religious persuasion. It seems as if the world is crying out, demanding for peace and social justice. Mankind is longing for a peaceful world. And yet, all religions, all traditions, ask their adherents to be mindful and not to indulge in life of any kind of injustice. All religions have the scriptures and the tradition. I mean all religions. I teach world religions at the university. I don't know of any tradition that does not teach this. In the scriptures and the tradition, whether monotheistic ones, whether it is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, or monotheistic ones, Hindus, Buddhists, all religions teach to go through this life performing good deeds or good karma in their earthly life. Moreover, it also promises a happy hereafter, shown in the monotheistic faith as a paradise, or in the Hindu and Buddhist traditions as the final achievement of the moksha from the sansara. In the Hindu tradition, it is your dharma to do good karma so that you can get achievement moksha from this sansara, from the circular life. Yet mankind, in the final analysis, is failing, and has failed to produce total social justice. Why is this so? The simple answer seems to be the simultaneous existence of evil, the Lucifer, or the Shaitan, the Satan, or the Ahura Manu, in opposition to Ahura Mazda. Ahura Manu and Ahura Mazda is teaching in Zoroastrianism. Mankind's history in monotheistic scriptures show it begins with the existence of evil as a cosmic fight. It begins with two brothers, Abel and Cain. As soon as the human being is created, the scriptures show us, monotheistic scriptures, there's a cosmic war, cosmic fight between two brothers, immediately, Abel and Cain. So all traditions have the duty to destroy evil and to promote the total true social justice, but the existence of evil is the hindrance. The evil. It has always existed. But the scriptures also contain prophecies and promises that there will come an era where there will be the divine help to wipe out the evil and bring about the era of total social justice. In short, this will be the social justice par excellence. Now, in the Islamic tradition, we read a clear hadith that promises that even if there is only one day left to the life of this world, Allah will extend that day until there will appear a man, it will be a man, brother, whose name will resemble the name of the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, peace be upon him, who will finally bring about an era of total social justice. There are several other prophecies in the Islamic tradition, including the Quranic reference as well. The true social justice has not happened. And in fact, the selection of evil has mankind itself fight even with the spokespersons of the divine, the prophets, who preached and promoted life of total justice. Mankind has never been able to do this. Mankind is probably able to be shut from hearing wrong ideas, or speaking evil about others, or looking at evil things. Mankind has not been able to do this. Never. Or, yeah. Thank you, sir. In short, mankind has not been able to achieve this at all. In the Jewish tradition, we read from the Hebrew Bible in the book of Isaiah, chapter 16, verse number 9, chapter 11, verses 6 to 9, that when the Messiah shown in their tradition will appear, the wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the goat, the calf and the lion will be yearning together, and a little child will lead them. And it continues to read, the cow will feed the bear, the young will lie down together, and the lion will eat straw like the ox, the infant will play near the hole of the cobra, and the young child put his hand in the viper's nest. They will neither harm nor destroy on all my holy mountain, for the earth will be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Total social justice. Similar promises given in all the traditions. The help will be the appearance of the Messiah, who will fight the evil and will be supported and helped by the good of the society to finally destroy and kill the evil forever. This belief, although promoted in each tradition, is in fact universal. In the Christian tradition, it is universally known that the Messiah is Jesus. It is his return that will bring about the prophecy uttered daily in the Lord's prayers. Every Christian, every monotheist Jewish Christian must recite this prayer every day, just as we recite Surah Al-Fatiha, just as Sikhs recite the Japji. The Japji, very much like Surah Fatiha, 7 verses again. Beautiful. What do they recite? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. This is the prayers every single day. Interestingly, Jesus is the Messiah also for Islam. The return of Jesus, Isa ibn Maryam, Isa, Jesus, the son of Mary, is already prophesied in the Muslim scriptures and also in the Hadith. Jesus will assist the Muslim Messiah, known both in the Sunni as well as the Shia tradition, in both those traditions. That this will be the Imam Mahdi, and together they will fight the evil. They will fight the Antichrist. Zoroastrian tradition is another very old monotheistic tradition. They too have the concept of Messiah. Their Messiah will be Saoshyant, who will lead a battle against the evil force, the Ahura Manu. The Ahura Manu is the evil force, totally defeating him and becoming triumph and bring about the law of Ahura Mazda, the real Lord, the real God. So, the Messiah belief, concludes, we will be the only one. So depending on your tradition, who will finally unite all into one people? There is only one person, one man, And he will bring about one final kingdom, the kingdom of the only one, Almighty God. In the monotheistic tradition, this will only be achieved after the final war. There will be the final war. You can call it by any name. Whether the Christians, call it Armageddon, or Antichrist, or in Islam, the Fitna war of the Dajjal. But this reality does not exist only in the monotheistic traditions. It does not exist only in the eschatological faiths of the Zoroastrian, Jewish, Christian, Islamic traditions. This reality exists very much, and it is as fundamental belief in the circular traditions as well. So here it is. In the Hindu tradition, the final Redeemer is referred to as Kalki. And here is a picture with a sword in the hand of the Kalki. Kalki literally means destroyer of filth. He will be the last avatar of Hindu Lord Vishnu, and will come on the earth when all human desires, like lust, come, krodh, which is anger, moh, which is greed, and maya, which is wealth, will take control of human personality. Then a final war-like Mahabharata war will take place with Lord Kalki taking side of the truth, and will kill all the people on the wrong side, and this will lead to end of the Kali Yuga, which Hindus believe that we are now in Kali Yuga. It will be destroyed, and the world will come to an end with a new yoga, and that will be the Satya Yoga, the yoga of the truth. So, as we see, all the traditions that prophesy the coming of the Messiah, but it will be only one individual. So the conclusion is depending on your tradition. It will be either the Maitreya of the Buddha, so Buddhists believe that there will be Messiah Maitreya. In the Hindu it is Kalki, Zoroastrian it will be Sarshan, the Jewish Messiah will be from the progeny of David, and Jesus, the Christian Messiah, and the Muslim Al-Mahdi, aided by the second coming of Christ. And most interestingly, there's a really interesting, in the modernity in which we live, there is the realization that as traditional religions are changing smoothly from one image to another by small gradual steps, using computer animation and techniques, many individuals are searching for a different means of spiritual engagement. And for some, Apple's devices are perceived as a way of connecting with the divine. So in conjunction with this phenomena, the mainstream media outlets are proclaiming Steve Jobs as the modern Messiah. No, really. Here it is. Steve Jobs, the modern Messiah. Who is proclaiming this? There are theses, there are dissertations about him as the Messiah of the modernity. And here it is. Scott Forsyth writes in his thesis. He says that, on October 5th, 2011, the co-founder and president of Apple Inc., Steve Jobs, passed away. His death invoked a tremendous exhibit of grief from the public. Candlelight vigils, shrines, surge of digital activity praising his accomplishments, tributes and obituaries, religious language was used, reflecting a growing tendency to secularize technology in the modern era. As traditional religions morph, many individuals search for a different means of spiritual engagement, and for some, Apple's devices are perceived as a way of connecting with the divine. In conjunction with this phenomena, the mainstream media shows Steve Jobs as a central figure of religious movement by chronicling his life, utilizing the theories developed by Wilson Moses and James Darcy on Messianism. This thesis critically views the construction of the messianic myth of Apple. It was Steve Jobs who made possible the use of a modern. By the way, so Steve Jobs was the son of a Muslim. His father was Muslim. It is Steve Jobs who made possible the use of modernity, the earliest primitive use of parchment to write some parchment. So we started with parchment, to typewriters, to computers, and finally now the kingdom of modern phones and iPads. There's the parchment, evolution to typewriters, to computers, to iPads, to smartphones, iPads. Now you can even read books. So thank you so much.